there, it's Adrian over at the Sampleist, and today we are going to look at Rytmik II from Cinematique Instruments. This is the latest version of their popular beat-making engine. Rytmik II provides 528 beats out of the box to kickstart your inspiration. It is capable of generating urban grooves to cinematic booms and back again. Overall, there are 350 unique sounds covering the full dynamic range from the small dings through to the earth-shattering booms and textures. You get a smart 14-track sequencer with random creation facilities, and when you're done, you can simply drag and drop your self-made beat into the DAW of your choosing. This is a Kontakt instrument and will work with a free Kontakt player. It is also fully NKS compatible and is currently priced at €165 excluding any VAT. So let's hear what this instrument sounds like as we take a little tour through some of the presets. So that's what it sounds like. Now we'll take a quick look at the interface, which is now fully scalable thanks to the latest update from Native Instruments. And if you haven't done so already, download the latest version and you'll be able to scale the interface so you no longer need to squint at the screen to read the writing. If we look on the left-hand, right, well, we'll start on the right-hand side. The right-hand side is where all the presets are, first of all. So you've got a whole list of these and you just literally drag the slider down and you just click on the one you want and you'll load it up and play it. There we go. Now that's a lot to sort of try and find the sound you want. So on the left hand side we've actually got a filter, so you can filter out the 528 presets to whatever you want. So if you want some like organic, I want it dark, and we'll have a straight beat. Right, I'm down to 7 out of 528, which it tells there, and I can just click on one of those and what do we get? Yeah, it's fairly dark, fairly organic, and definitely straight pattern. Who is Murder? Let's have a try this one. That's a definitely dark beat. So on the left hand side here, this attack decay, this controls the compression applied to your beat. And then we have the play. So it saves you pressing the key. You can just press the play button. The dice randomizes your presets. You see up in the right hand corner. The time tells you what type of beat you're going to have. So you're going to have an 8th, 16th beat. So if I change that to an 8th, it'll slow down a bit. That's the 8th. If I make that 16th. So that governs you the sort of like the feel to the beat. The next parameter we have here is your reverb. So that's where it says 43. That's your wet-dry ratio. So you just up and down it. And underneath is a little drop-down menu where you can choose the type of reverb you want to apply. The next parameter is, again, wet and dry mix for your delay. And you can make it an 8th or quarter or 16th delay. So that's what your main page looks like. So already you can shape your sound quite quickly and easily. We'll move on to the sequencer, which is really the heart of everything on this one. This is absolutely amazing. You've got 14 slots to play with in total. So you can load up to 14 instruments, which we'll come to in a minute. And then this tells you when that sound is going to play. So if I play a key, you can see a line going across following the mouse. And that will tell you when the sample's going to play. And this is the velocity. So it's very easy to quickly work out your own sound, basically work it all up. You can change how many steps in that sequence there are. All you need to do is click and drag. So you can change it all the way down, 16, 32, 4 steps, it's fine. You can reset the whole sequence. So it makes it blank. And then you can program your own in. And I will just go back a second so we get a preset. Then you've got your play and record buttons. And again, your time. You can shift the pattern along. So you just move it. You could actually do it while it's recording once it gets around the loop and get something completely different. And that drag there will drag and drop that into your DAW for you, your DAW of choice. If we then move on to this wonderful screen, this is your mix screen. And if you want to change something here, all you need to do is click. So if I want to change the bass drum, I click on the bass drum and we get a whole nother level of customization. Because you're probably thinking now, well, I've got the presetting, but how do I change the sample for each layer? Fear not. All you need to do is click on where it says warm deep, and then you can choose any sample you want to load into that slot. So I can just say driven kick instead. I want in there. I've got a different kick on there. And again, I can filter out which ones I want, which is absolutely fantastic. Underneath this, we have a randomize. So if I press this, I won't do it at the moment, but if I press this, it will randomize the whole thing for that particular layer. And you click on the drop down and you can fix it. So it'll change the velocity, it'll only change the sound, or it'll change the EQ, the length, the pan, and the tune. So if I press that now I've got a completely different sound for that layer. And this here allows us to change the drive and the tone of that sound, the panning, and you can automate the panning if you wish to, the length of the sound as well. So there's a lot you can actually do here to shape your own sort of beat and make it truly something original. You then have the master effects bit where you can actually click and drop. So you just press the button and then you just choose whatever you want. So if I want to add a bit of chorus, so that's how it all works. So what we'll do now is have a listen to what it sounds like in the sort of like a semi-composition context. So that's how it sounds when you're trying to put together a rhythm track for the piece of music you're working on. Very simple, very straightforward. And what we started off with was the presets Heartbeat, and I've built this all on the presets, so you get a feel of what the library sounds sort of like naked in a way. So that gives you the heartbeat feel. And then what I did then is I'll layer the next bit, No Destiny, to this. That gives it a light bleeping effect. Mix that with Heartbeat. And then we become a modem, which is this preset here. And we can layer these now. I need to restart. Because if you start it partway through the beat, it will lose time, as you probably heard there. And we have Mosquito. Light percussion. And with Mosquito, we put Chaser 3. If I layer them two together, and then if we put them all together, all those 5 layers, and the last bit, just for some variation, bring a final layer called Runaway 2, sorry. And when you layer all that together, so this is what you can do just to make a nice basic bed of a beat to add to in your music track. Well, inspirational is all I can say. From the very first preset to the last randomized creation, this library has it all. Rytmik II is not based on loops, but rather by a real-time generated 14-track sequencer, which makes changing the tempo easy as it won't distort the quality of the sound. The random creation feature provides endless outcomes and is sure to spark some musical ideas all by itself. And each element of the sample library is customizable, which makes it easy to design the sound that will fit the style of the track you're working on. So let's face it, you can never have too many drum libraries, but, and this is a big but, if you're looking for something a little different and very customizable, then give Rytmik II a whirl. I'm sure it won't disappoint and will quickly become one of your go-to beat makers. Having the export to MIDI feature simply by dragging the beat to your DAW makes this instrument even more customizable, because you can then use your own effects within the DAW to warp the sound even further. So I would like to thank Cinematique Instruments for sending across Rytmik II for a review. It is very much appreciated. And viewers, I hope you enjoy this video. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel and visit thesampleist.com to see what we are all about.